I'm Kristen.
And we are besties bonding over books.
Books.
Love it.
Today's book is Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda.
It's our book of the month, book for the month of November.
Yes.
Back
to thrillers.
Back to thrillers. I feel like we have a very good variety.
Mix, yeah.
Yeah, we do a good rotation of like throwing thrillers, throwing some like one-off fantasies, throw some romance, some different things.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think we're really good about that.
We're what's the word? Diverse.
Yes, a very diverse reading
palette.
Yes,
agreed.
But yeah, so that's what we're talking about today. You want to give it a brief overview?
Yes. So the book description, whatever you would call it, says, her father was a town detective. Her mother is the most notorious criminal. Now the secrets of Mirror Lake are coming to the surface and changing everything. When Hazel Sharp, a daughter of Mirror Lake's longtime local detective, unexpectedly inherits her childhood home, she warily is drawn back to the town and the people. Why can I not speak right now? She left behind almost a decade earlier. But Hazel's not the only relic of the past to return. A drought has descended on the region, and as the water level in the lake drops, long hidden secrets begin to emerge, including evidence that may help finally explain the mystery of her mother's disappearance.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Have you read any books by her?
I don't think so. Okay. If we haven't read it in book club, we have.
Yeah, I read her before, and I like her writing.
Before we get into the questions, well, hold on. Let's do rating first.
Okay.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
The twists, I mean, they're fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was good thriller content.
I like the setting a lot.
Yeah.
With the lake and stuff.
Yeah. Creepy.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Spooky.
So if you haven't read it,
get out of here.
And then come back.
Come back.
And if you have, stay and let's talk about it. Before I even get into these questions, you just made me think about it, like talking about like the setting and stuff.
Yeah.
How many secrets do you think are just at the bottom of lakes everywhere?
Well, this actually, I think, is based on something that was actually happening around the time.
It was wild.
Like, we had, like, massive droughts, and it was, unearthing things, like, in these bodies of water.
So sketchy!
It's so scary. And, like, for those of y'all that don't know, we're in Georgia.
Yeah.
And Lake Lanier has always had its own
It's got a rep.
Reputation.
It's got a rep.
I grew up on Lake Lanier. I have no qualms with it.
But people are scared of it.
People are scared of it.
I think it's haunted.
So I feel like I've always, like, thought that about bodies of water in general. Like, things are lurking.
What's underneath?
Yeah, 100%.
It's super creepy.
It is.
Yeah, and it made me think about that. I was like, I wonder if because there's another lake that I live close to in Georgia, and I'm like, I wonder what's at the bottom of that lake.
I mean, there's definitely, well, I was going to say dead bodies, but they're right. Like, they would float to the surface.
Yeah.
Unless they're weighed down.
Or
if they're in a car that's been...
in a trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so sketchy. It makes me just like, oh, man. Yeah. And then, like, Lake Lanier will get, like, in drought times, it'll recede. Yeah. It's so creepy. But yeah, I thought that through the whole book. I'm like, damn. What is at the bottom of all these lakes?
Water.
Like, I would watch, if somebody had a reality show for that, I'd watch it.
Oh, like where they go diving and stuff?
Yeah. Just uncovering, like, mysteries in these lakes. Oh, I totally
Well,
watch
and
that.
was it Gabrielle who was telling us about a person, or was that you? Someone lost their car keys and they had to call.
Yes, that's a thing. Like, they're divers.
Yeah, like that happens in the book too. Like, the guy is a diver.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll like go find if you like lose your ring.
Yeah.
And like
they're super busy.
It's easier in some lakes. Like, Lake Lanier's way too deep. Like, I lost a cell phone.
R.I.P.
It fell off a dock, never to be seen again.
R.I.P.
You probably find a lot of cell phones in the bottom of the lake.
Would.
Some boats, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It is creepy. Yeah.
It is super creepy. Yeah. I thought about that the whole book.
It is. Yeah. I love it though.
Okay, favorite character, least favorite character.
I did like Hazel a lot.
Yeah.
I thought she was a really good protagonist.
I agree.
Like, all of her motivations made sense to me, and I felt bad for her. I liked how they introduced also that she's not his daughter, because I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Like, until she said that, I would not have had any idea.
Yeah. I liked her. She didn't get on. She didn't get on my nerves.
Yeah, which is, it happens a lot.
It's just it sometimes happens.
Was she your favorite character too? Or?
Yeah, I'd say favorite character. I mean, least favorite character, is it too obvious if I just say the uncle?
I mean, I did not. Yeah. Okay. So back it up a little bit. The book plot itself. Mm-hmm. Her dad dies. Yep. Not really her dad. It's like her I guess he probably maybe legally adopted her eventually.
Yeah, I think it just says either legally or not stepdad.
Her mom was dating this man that's a police officer here, and then she disappears, she runs away, steals money, and like leaves a daughter. We're assuming he adopts her, and he has 2 sons of his own. She comes back when he dies, and he ends up leaving the house to her, and the brothers are pissed.
Yep.
The uncle, which is the dad's brother, is like seemingly on her side, trying to help her navigate owning this house, like with his will and executing
like the estate and all that stuff.
But like with the lake receding, these cars get found. No bodies in them, but there's no tags.
Yep.
She recognizes the second car pulled out of the lake as her mom's with the blue luggage that went missing with her.
Yeah, that she took
when she left her, and then they end up figuring out the first car was like the Perry's original wife's car.
Yeah, this dude's got
it seems sketchy.
Red flag.
Yeah. So
red flag.
Basically, in the end, the first wife died because she was riding a bike and hit the car. Do you think that was sketchy at all?
That was kind of sketchy, because I was like, would she just, like, how fast, like...
She was coming down a hill and couldn't stop and, like, hit the car.
Yeah.
And, like, flying. I mean, you can break your neck falling off a bike.
Yes. It was to me, that was interesting.
Convenient.
Yeah. It was an interesting choice.
But the sons were in the car, too. I'm like, why would you grab your sons to go after your wife? Oh. That was a shitty decision.
Yeah, like, she's leaving you. It's like, hey, kids, get in the car.
Get in the car.
Yeah, let's go run mom down.
I didn't love that.
No.
So he pushes that car to basically cover up that was what she hit.
Yeah.
But then the second car is actually the real mystery. And it turns out, Roy is the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's who orchestrated. He apparently was an alcoholic before, is now still a drug dealer.
Yeah. He needs the money.
And he had her mom working for him for a bit, and she figured out that he was stealing money from his clients.
Yeah.
And she confronted him, and he threatened her and was like, take the money from your boyfriend, my brother. And then he killed her.
Yeah.
And framed her like she was running away.
She was this criminal, and
that she stole all the money. And his money again. So his brother covered for him again. He double dipped.
Oh,
and covered
yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
And he was the one that faked her leaving and put her car in the water.
Yeah. Not a great family.
No.
Not great brothers.
So yeah, I agree. I didn't like him. But I actually think I didn't like the younger brother more.
Oh, yeah.
I think I would pick him as the least favorite. I think his name was Cade.
Yeah.
I think he was the same age as her when all this went down.
He was not a fan.
I feel bad for him on some levels, but he also didn't have to be a dick. And he was mean to his wife, her best friend, which also was shitty.
Oh, yeah.
And a bad dad, I don't know,
if he was younger, I would be
more understanding.
Yeah, because he's a teenager and da-da-da. But you're grown, man.
Yeah, get over it.
Work through it.
Yeah. I actually, even though Roy was the bad guy, and in the end, they all came together as a family, I didn't like him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did not like him.
Totally fair. So, the book club questions I got online from this other book club who had, a lot of, well thought out questions. So, I was like, ooh, let's steal these.
I like it.
So, when, realizing that most of the town knows about her father's will, Hazel thinks to herself, everything mattered disproportionately in a small town. Your success, but also your failure. Everyone knows might as well have been our own town motto. Have you experienced environments like Hazel's describing of that small kind of community, and what do you think are the benefits or the drawbacks of that kind of close-knit community?
So we're both from small towns.
Yeah.
Funny enough. I moved to a small town, though, when I was, 10, so I would say, and then I moved away. So I would say, I don't have as much of, seeing that.
Yeah.
But, my parents are still there, and my brother's there. And my brother, especially, he, works at the local business, and the owners of the business, I think, know so much. And so I'll hear, some gossip from them. And, the older people that my dad used to work with, they know a lot. So I think that we're kind of on the outskirts of it, and I don't know these people that they're talking about.
Yeah, but you hear the gossip.
But you hear the fun gossip.
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like your family's probably more in tune with the town.
Yeah, and it's and I want to say, like, my family's, like, pretty boring. Because we're not, like...
No, you're not the ones causing the drama.
Yeah, like, my parents are, like, still married. There's been, like, cheating scandal and da-da-da, like, stuff like that. So...
You'll tell me stories. I don't know these people, and I'm like,
yeah, but like, people who do, and people who've lived out there, like, a lot longer.
Yeah.
It's definitely, like, we hear that gossip, and I spread it. But it does have, I feel like it's a give and take, because like, living in that kind of environment, it's really nice for, like, hard times. Like, if somebody...
They'll look out for you.
Yes, like, if somebody is in, like, dire need, like, if somebody's house burned down.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have people that are, like, come stay with me, or, like, here's some, like... donations and stuff like that. Like, that's where it can, like, be very helpful. But also, like, definitely the drawbacks is just, like, everybody knows your business. Yeah. And it does not, like, it spreads like wildfire.
Oh, so fast.
Wildfire.
And, like, that can probably impact, like... I mean, it can impact, like, your livelihood there, too.
Oh, like, yeah.
If you're a business owner, or,
like you got, if you have, like, certain kind of rep.
Yeah.
Especially, like, if you're, like, a small business owner.
If they don't trust you.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would they hire you?
Yeah. So it's definitely, like, I see, like, the pros and cons, but yeah, I'm just glad. I'm hoping never to, like,
be on the inside of that.
Yeah, I like the outside looking in. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, it's like a reality TV show.
It reminds me of that song, was it Miranda where everybody dies famous in a small town?
Yeah.
I love that song.
So true.
It's so good.
So true.
Okay, so the next one that you found was all these mothers in Mirror Lake never making it out of town.
So sketch. So sketch.
How would you describe the mothers in Daughter of Mine? How do they compare with the fathers described in the novel?
Well, I feel like they were, like, the fathers were all about, nope, nobody gets to know the truth. And the
image.
Yeah, and then, yes.
And, like, I think that you said this too, like, or maybe with Sarah, there was, like, no communication. Everything could have been fixed. Like, literally, the dad thought that the son killed the mom.
Yep.
And was trying to cover it up. The son thought that the dad killed her. They were trying to cover it up.
Yeah, it's like, just talk.
Literally.
Just communicate.
Just talk.
Yeah.
It was insane. But yeah, I think that they were all about, like, and they were police, so, like, they were, like, trying to save face, I think, because of that as well.
Yeah.
But it's all about reputation.
You know what always, like, strikes me in these, like, thrillers that we read is... Because, like, family reputation's always...
Oh, it's a big theme.
It's a big theme.
Yeah.
But it always seems to me that they're more concerned with that than the legal... like, the legal ramifications. They're not worried about going to jail for life.
Well, they're the police in this situation.
Yeah, so they know they can carry it. They can, like...
And a lot of the other ones that we look at with family dynamics are, like, rich. So they're not worried either.
No!
No one's worried.
No one's worried. No one's worried.
Everyone should be worried.
Everyone's worried about their reputation and not, like, the jail.
Because, you know, in the end, you get, like, a little bit of a flash forward where, like, she is sharing the house and gave it to Kay and his family.
Yeah.
And his wife kind of accidentally kills a teenager.
Yeah.
And she's free and clear. She's hanging out at the home.
Yeah.
And, like, she didn't go to jail.
No.
The police definitely, like, got her out of that.
Yeah.
So,
knowing people helps.
So, yeah, I think you're right. Like, it's, yeah. But the mothers, you know, as much as they're a huge part of this, they don't get a lot of, like, screen time or depth. Like,
yeah, you don't get a lot of their, like...
They're not painted in a great light, honestly.
Yeah, and you don't get a lot of in-depth, like, on their motivations and, like, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, because you just think she's a criminal the whole time.
Yeah, and, like... She kind of, I mean, she is.
Yeah.
She honestly has been grifting from place to place.
Yeah.
I think
she's not innocent.
Yeah, I think she found a great place here, and, like, I like to believe that she hopefully did love Perry.
Yeah.
And wasn't planning on, I mean, she was planning on leaving with the daughter because she felt threatened.
Yeah.
But, like, and even, like, her friend was kind of shitty, too. She, like, married her brother that she knew she didn't like.
Yeah.
And then, like, left her kid... I mean, like, she didn't leave her, but, like, she kind of left her. Yeah. And her mom was a piece of shit, too.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like the moms really...
Weren't great
either.
They just weren't as at the forefront of...
the scandals.
Yeah.
It was like
they
the men were quiet and trying to hide things. And the women were just trying to survive.
That's good. Yeah. I'd say that.
It's tough. Everyone sucks.
Everyone sucks in this family. What do you think was Perry's motivation for leaving Hazel the house? Was it just like an innocent gesture, or was he trying to like make a statement?
I really think that it was guilt. I think that he thought his son had killed her. He was part of like covering that up.
Yeah.
He obviously didn't know about Roy at all, but I think that like. I think that they mentioned this too, that like he was worried that his brother would get the money if he left it to his sons. Because they also knew about the mom dying.
Yeah. That they were all just...
Yeah. So I think that it was
leave her out.
Yeah. So I think that it was a lot of guilt, but I also think that like... I think that like, again, if he had communicated...
Anybody just talked a little bit more.
Like, left her a letter, like, something.
Yeah. Like, this is my dying...
confession. Yeah. What about you?
I would agree. Yeah, I think it was, like, absolving. That, and I wish that he had... It's, like, kind of one of those things where it's like, damn, I wish he would have known it was his brother.
I know.
It's just, like, he just went to the grave not knowing.
He went to the grave, like... feeling guilty about his first wife and his second wife.
Yeah.
Not wife, whatever she was.
Yeah.
I know, and then Roy's just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He does die in the end, which is great.
Yeah, I'm okay with that resolution.
Yeah, he was, like, kind of crazy at the end. And I feel like, we didn't talk about this part, though. Mm-hmm. Nico, was that his name?
Yeah.
Her little boyfriend next door. And his dad killing himself.
Yeah,
there's
a lot of, like, unconnected, like...
threads.
Yeah, there's a lot of unconnected threads.
Yeah, because it implies that Roy had him killed for investigating or something. And then, her friend's mom dies.
Yeah.
She's murdered by Roy as well.
A lot of death.
Fentanyl overdose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then, the 18-year-old, they're creepily breaking into homes.
Oh, yeah, like the little prank, like burglar.
They weren't stealing things, and then they started taking pictures of them when they sleep, and that is terrifying.
I don't like that.
No, not at all.
Ugh. Makes me just shivers.
Yeah, but I thought it was good. Like, I think it was, what I always look for in a thriller is something that's, like, different than what I've read 30 times.
Oh,
and I feel like this one had a little bit of different juice.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think I read that one of her other books is being made into...
a movie?
A movie or a TV series?
Probably a movie. I feel like a lot of thrillers are harder to make into TV series. Unless it's like a short series.
Yeah. I can't remember which one, but I think I read that.
I'm trying to think. The other ones I've read by her are The Only Survivors, The Last House Guest.
The Last House Guest, I think, is the one that's being made into a movie. Yeah.
All the Missing Girls. Oh, I've read a lot by her. All the Missing Girls. Girl from Widow Hills. Okay, I might have read every Megan Miranda book.
That's funny. Yeah, I think that's the one that's going to be a movie.
The Last House Guest. Yeah. That one was good, I think.
That's what I read.
Yeah, I like her. I like Megan Miranda.
Yes.
I like how she writes. But yeah, I would recommend this book.
Yes. And cheers to Hazel?
To Hazel. Way to survive, girl.
Yep.
Props to you.
Made it out.
We can go ahead and probably announce our next book club book too before we tell you what we're reading next week.
Oh, yeah. Book club book of the month for December is The School of
Good and Evil.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is we usually don't do series, but we all got that book.
Us and our third book club person.
Yeah.
It actually should be below. Oh, these are all my unread ones. To the right. Go to the. It might be in the stack.
It is. It's right here.
Aha! Yes.
Yes. We got this, and we got the.
And it's signed.
Somewhere. Yep, somewhere. Right here.
He was one of the panelists that we saw as well.
Yep.
But yeah, we all went together, so we all bought it together, and it has a movie on Netflix.
Yes.
So I figured we could read it and then watch the movie, so it'd be a fun little closing to the year.
Love it.
So buy it and read it if you want to read it with us. But next week, tune in, because we are talking about Caraval.
Yay!
So excited.
So excited.
Been waiting for Spencer to read this for a long time, so.
It's been on my bookshelf for a while. I got to it eventually.
Yeah, she did. She always does.
TBRs are hard.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my TBRs.
Oh, God.
So we'll see you next week.
Bye.